Oh, welcome to my channel. Today I came online late. I came for the video late because I had a very busy week and I had some things coming up that I had to fix. Yes, that's a rhyme. I always rhyme, I know that. I had a very busy week, so that's why I'm late for the video. And I hope you all can forgive me for not posting this video at the time I was supposed to post it. But let me just go straight into the topic. It's envy and jealousy, people who are so envious and people who are so jealous, people who have had long suffering in their life. They've suffered in their life, maybe from childhood. They've had very long suffering. Some of these people are people who show so much bitterness, anger, and envy or jealousy towards another person who is making progress. Because they've had long suffering. They suffered when they were children. So even if they've had or they have enough wealth or enough riches as they claim, some of them claim to be very rich, but they're just empty. And wealth is relative, or being rich is relative in comparison to some other people who are very rich. And even when they claim to be very rich, they claim to be rich, you still see that envy towards somebody else that they claim doesn't have money, isn't living well, because they have that long suffering in their hearts. And maybe the person that's saying, oh, you don't have money, you're not living well, I'm living bigger than you, is even doing better than them. But they're still very jealous because of the long suffering. They've suffered too much in their life that they hate to see progress in others. People with long suffering, people who have gone through a lot of suffering from childhood, mostly do not like to see progress in other people because they want other people to suffer like them. But it's not possible. They have so much pain at seeing other people successful, or other people who are trying to be successful. Just the fact that you are trying to be successful, they don't like it because they have so much pain, long suffering, bitterness. It's astonishing when I see such people. So much pain and long suffering. I had an experience sometime of somebody who the guy was big. He was driving the Porsches of cars. He was doing very well. But there was a problem with me being in the environment that he was in. He didn't like it. And I wasn't driving the Porsche car that he was driving. I didn't live in the Porsche place that he lived. But the fact that I was trying to be successful made him angry, and he was always bitter because he had a childhood of long suffering, as he claims, that he went through a lot to get to the point where he got to, that he passed through a lot of pain, a lot of bitterness, a lot of sorrow. And I'm thinking, if a person passes through a lot of bitterness and sorrow to be successful, doesn't mean the next person will pass through such bitterness and sorrow to become successful. Because there are people who were successful and they didn't pass through any pain. They just were very smart and they were blessed to be in an environment where things happen for them. So that's their own path, because everyone has a different path. Some people went through long suffering while some people didn't to be successful. At the end of the day, everyone is successful. That's all that matters. So I see no reason why people who went through a lot of torture in their life hate to see people successful or hate to see people trying to be successful. It's not good. Whoever is doing that out there, stop. Because they went through long suffering doesn't mean the other person has to go through long suffering. Or because you went through long suffering doesn't mean Mr. B has to go through long suffering. And you cannot transmit your long suffering to somebody else who is having it easy at success. Maybe their own suffering is different from your own. In fact, they need to ask questions. What sort of suffering is this person that I'm envious of or jealous of going through? Everyone has a different type of suffering. Because they don't show it doesn't mean they're not going through difficult times. And it's not good to go and be hating on them, wishing them long suffering, wishing them bitterness, wishing them pain, wishing them sorrow, just because you passed through that situation. It's not good. Allow people to go after their success the way they know how. When you see people working, just leave them alone to do their job. Unless they disturb you. Leave them alone to do their job. Okay? So if you went through long suffering, or if you're going through long suffering, doesn't mean the next person has to go through it. It doesn't mean the next person has to go through that long suffering that you went through, or you are going through. And maybe you should take your time and ask the person and say, what are you going through in your life on this path of success? Because some people don't show their pain or their suffering, or, you know, they have a different form of things that they fight with to become successful. And because they don't say it, we all think, oh, she's having it easy, or he's having it easy, or he has had it easy, or she has had it easy. So let's go and make things difficult for him. Let's go and make things difficult for her. When we don't know what that person is going through. So always know that everyone in this life that is going through the path of success has something that they are struggling with. We all have our different struggles. Okay? Don't think yours is bad, or yours, you went through a bad situation, so you want to put it on someone else. And I know that I mixed they and you in this video. But thank you so much for watching my video, and hope to see you next weekend. I don't know, maybe I should change my videos and start making them through the week. I don't know. But I expect more people to subscribe to my channel, so they'll be among the first people to see my video. And if you're watching, I expect you to subscribe to my channel, so you'll be among the first to see my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again some other time. Take good care of yourselves. One love.